Okay, this is Carl from National RV Detroit, back for part 3 of our Clipper pop-up video. So we've got it set up. We left off by when we put the bunk ends out and up, and we put the sink and range up into place. Okay, so we'll start over here with some of the appliances. The range top, which looks like brand new, I don't think it's been used. I don't think much of this trailer's been used. It's a very clean, tight trailer. You're just going to turn these on to light and light them with a lighter. That's all you do. The sink works like any other sink. If you got city water hooked up, you're going to just turn on the faucet and you're ready to go. This, just so you know, this drain screws into place. So if you have it shut, make sure you, when you turn on the water outside, that your taps are off, because it'll overflow quickly. I mentioned that you have to bypass the water heater before you winterize it. I could just give you a general idea of how or where you do that. If you see, there's a door here there's hinges on it, but it has a screw here and it's actually screwed shut. I've unscrewed it so I could show you this. So let me get down here. Okay. Alrighty. So this one, you can see there's a valve right here. Right now this valve is closed. If it's parallel with the line, it's open. If it's perpendicular, it's closed. So right now it's closed, right? Okay, and there's another one down here at the cold water going in. Let me see if I can focus on that so you can see it. Right here. So that's closed also. So water can't get into the water heater, or in this case antifreeze, because we're talking about winterizing, can't get into the water heater or out. So because of that, you have a bypass line, right? If you look way back there, you can see another valve that is parallel with the line that runs between the hot and the cold line. That's called a bypass line and a bypass valve. Right now we're in bypass. I'm going to change it over because I've de-winterized it for you. So what I'm going to do, because all the water's been pushed, or all the antifreeze has been pushed out with fresh water, I'm going to reverse these valves. Like so. And like so. Down here. Okay? And then I'm going to close the other valve, the bypass valve. So now we're in regular camping mode. Okay, so I'm going to go shut the water off. I'm just flushing out the tank a little bit too. But right now we're in camping mode. The reason we bypass it, I'll repeat this again just in case you don't know, is because you can't get antifreeze into the water heater. So when you're pumping it in, you have to bypass it beforehand so you don't get it in your water heater tank. It leaves a foul smell and taste. So let me run out to the faucet here and shut it off. Take 1 second here. Okay. So right now you're ready to camp. You'll just basically hook up your fresh water and you're all set to go. Now when we're talking about water, this particular trailer has a cassette toilet. A cassette toilet is just like a small black tank. The black tank holds toilet waste and water, right? So you have a regular shower here, which is typical. You have this button, although it's not primed yet, but this button will turn on water, right? Or we'll fill it with water, and this one here flushes it, okay? Right below this is the cassette tank right here. It's something you're going to have to really read up on to understand 100% if you don't know them. But basically, you dump it by pulling it right out. There's a little thing here. It goes like this. So this comes completely out. And you can use, you can swing this forward, open it up, and you can dump it. Swing that forward, open it up, and dump it. Right? Let me get this back here now because this thing's in the way. Okay. That goes in there. All right. To fill it with toilet chemical, let me get it in all the way here. You're going to use this right here, this top one. I know it's hard to see with the lighting and everything, but you'll fill it that way, okay? The directions are in there. I looked and I found them. So you have them in a drawer. These people saved all their manuals and everything, so they took good care of it. But basically, this is, in my way of thinking, this is for emergencies in the middle of the night. You can just use the campground facilities under, you know, you don't have to. You can use it all the time if you choose, but I think most people use it more of as an emergency. All right. So that's a cassette toilet. Okay. And there's a ring for a shower curtain up and around there. I'm sure there's one in the trailer. There's everything else. I saw extra curtains in this drawer here. Maybe it's in there. Okay. So, let me close that now. To turn on your water heater, you're just going to flip this button here. And it'll light. Let me see if I can focus on it. There we go. And it'll light up and light automatically. Excuse me. The water pump, if you've got onboard water instead of city water, if you're using your onboard tank, you turn it on right there. Okay? This GFCI here, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this one, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you're going to reset it here. This is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like that. If not, you want to get it serviced. If it goes off, you go outside, you shut off your gas tank up front, your LP tank, and figure out what's going on. But it will go off when it detects carbon monoxide buildup or LP gas. And it sounds like this. It'll go through 2 self-tests. One more coming up. And back to green. It should always be green like that. Okay, this is your thermostat for your furnace. All the way to the left is off. It actually clicks. Turn it on. You might be able to hear it turning on over there. It lights automatically. If for some reason it doesn't light when it goes through the 3 tries, you can shut it back off like that and turn it back on again, and it'll cycle through again. Now, as soon as I turned it off like that till it clicked to the left, the flame went out, but it'll still cycle for a minute or 2 to purge itself, so that's normal. This drawer here, excuse me, this drawer here, you have keys. This is the reducer to reduce your 30 amp core down to a 15 amp household plug. Remember I told you the air conditioner draws a lot of amperage. These are all your manuals in here. For every appliance has its own manual, and so does the trailer. Okay. All right. This just pulls forward, and you tuck the cushion back there for a bed. If you're not using it for a bed, you can just fold it up. I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call there. I got distracted. Yeah, if you pull it forward and slide the cushion in there, it turns into a bed. Otherwise, you can just use it as a couch like that. Okay. You gotta always make sure it's flat before you bring in the bed ends. Keep in mind, everything has to be below these rails right here when you pack the trailer. All right. The table has 2 poles. You just put the poles underneath, and it turns into a table. You put it down like that, it turns into a bed. You have a power converter in here, which is right down here. This converts AC to DC power. So on this side you have AC circuit breakers. Some things have to run on AC, like the air conditioner, for example. So those are the circuit breakers for the AC appliances. Then it's converted down to 12 volt DC over here. You got regular automotive type fuses, and they're all labeled also, just both of them are, the AC and DC, so you can see what they go to, but everything that can run on 12 volts in the trailer does, basically. So that's the rule of thumb. You have a 3-speed fan, right? Always make sure you close it with this before you bring the camper down, otherwise you'll have to crank it back up to do it, because you can't close it from the outside. So you'll close it. It's got a kill switch on it, by the way, but I'll shut it off. You close it, and then you lock it like this so it can't float and rise when you're pulling it down the road, okay? All right. That's just your furnace there. Let me look around here, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Oh, the air conditioner just works like so. Like so. It's got 2 cool speeds, which are air conditioner. Then it has the fan speeds, which is just this air conditioner running without the compressor. All right. There are filters behind here. You can pull this off. The filters, I looked at them, they're brand. There's not any dust or buildup on them. It looks like it was barely used. Okay, so the door. Now this is a two-handed operation, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this exactly, but I'll do my best here. Because this door, basically this is going to be the top of it, and this will be the bottom. You can see for the top end of the door, it's going to hang into this here, and then it's going to fit behind that lip down there. So let me see if I can do this with one hand without killing myself here. I'll start with this side because it does have support wires that guide it along this track, so this will only come down so far. So I guess I'll do this one first. Normally it's a two-handed operation. Okay, so then I'm going to do this, and this is where it's going to get tricky. Okay, now I snapped it. Alright, so I'm going to have to set this down. Hold on, please. Come on now. Okay. So, you can see that I put it down here into this sort of slot there. Now up here, you're going to make sure the canvas is out of the way, and you're going to lift it up so it locks onto that lip right there. Like so. I'll have to set this down once again. Hold on, please. Okay, there you go. So now it's locked correctly. See it all the way around. Then you're going to take the Velcro and you're just going to put it on the outside here, all the way around to keep the bugs out. Okay, and there you have it. Your radio works pretty much like any other radio. There are 2 zones, an inside and outside. I do not know all the features on this one. You'll have to look at the manual a bit, but let me see here. We've got, let me get down lower here. Yeah, so you got 2 zones, outside and inside. It's a basic AM/FM radio, so it should be good for camping. It's got Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly and play your MP3s from your phone or tablet, so it'll be good for camping. And then you have a charger here, obviously a USB charger right there, your fire extinguisher. Okay, alright, I think I've got it now. Let me look around to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now when you bring it down, you're going to fold this back down. You're just going to grab hold of the bar and bring it back down. You remember how I brought it up? You just do the opposite. That'll disengage the kill switch, or actually engage it, actually, because it's going to kill it. So I guess disengage the switch is a better way to put it. But anyway, it'll kill the power. How's that? Then you're going to make sure everything is below these rails before you slide the bunk ends in. You're going to slide when you bring it in, you slide the slide room in first, right, and lock it into place. Then you're going to pull this canvas back from the outside because this will want to creep in here. So you're going to pull it out. So you see this rail here? You don't want this canvas in here. so the rail catches it when you slide it in, and you can tear it. So whenever you slide your bunks in, your beds in, you go very slow and you don't force it. But I just want to say again, you're going to bring this in first before the bed ends. You bring the slide out in, and then while it's locked in place in the in position, you're going to pull the canvas back out so it doesn't get snagged when you run these rails in. Okay? That's very important. It's probably the most important thing I can tell you about putting it away. Then you're going to slide the bed ends in one at a time, obviously. Doesn't matter which one you do first, back or front, you just slide them in all the way. Then you're just going to crank it down. As you crank it down, you're going to tuck the canvas in as you go, and till you get down, I guess till the last 6 inches or so. You'll bring it down like maybe 3 times and tuck 3 times. Now you're going to pick this up. I don't know what you know about pop-ups. You might know all this already, but it's going to be up when you come to get it. So we can go over putting it down with you, so it'll help you out. The thing you want to remember is you always pull this slide room canvas back out so you don't snag it on that bed rail when you're pushing it in. That's very important. Okay. The other thing is you want to check seals on this. This is very dry trailer. There's no soft spots anywhere on the floor I can find. No sign that there was ever any kind of water leak. Nothing like that. Which is, for a used pop-up, this is a very clean pop-up. So you want to keep it that way. So you're going to inspect on the outside of the trailer. You'll inspect the corner caps and where the vent is. Make sure the seal is always really good there. Some year, somewhere down the road, it may separate because these things do flex down the road. So you can re-caulk it. Just make sure you don't use caulk from a hardware store. You want to go to an RV place and get something called ProFlex, and that's what you use on it. Never use silicone from a hardware store. Okay. All right. So I'm going to end it right here. If you have more questions, you can always call us. There's the manual. There are manufacturer's videos, right? Then each appliance has its own. You can go to the manufacturer's site and get more information, usually videos on that. Try to stick with the first party videos if you can, the manufacturer's videos, but like I said, you can always call us and talk to us also. So thank you very much for purchasing from National RV, and hope this video helped you. Thank you.